fix. She had my sauce and grits, very deep, deep in the groove, underneath pickle sticks. What man you know? Sweetheart, you cost me a catch.
Serenade by the house man, but I make that hot dog sauce. Then we going by the beach. Ain't got no time for sleep. Oh, no, but that 30 now will wreck. That 30 now will wreck. That 30 now will wreck. That 30 now will oh, gal, we party oh so high. We going home till the morning come. You know, but that 30 now will wreck. That 30 now will wreck. That 30 now will wreck. That 30 now will oh, gal, we party oh so high.
right, a man is shot and killed late this afternoon, marking the 56th murder for the year. Meantime, a family displaced following a fire this afternoon. And later, government rejecting claims that public officials have been named in a drug trafficking case in the U.S. Eyewitness News starts now. Good evening, everyone. I'm Janae Noel. Thanks so much for joining us. Topping news tonight, bloodshed continuing on the streets of the capital as a man is shot and killed on Lexington Avenue. That incident taking place after 4 this afternoon and follows the weekend shooting in the Grove area where some 7 persons were shot, 2 of them succumbing to injuries. Our Devontae Hanna live tonight on the scene with the details. Devontae?
Well, Janea, what would usually be considered a quiet evening of gathering for residents here on Lexington Avenue was actually ended and thrown into surprise when it was met with gunfire. We can tell you that just hours ago, shortly before 5 p.m., a man was sitting in this area when a Japanese car pulled up and accosted him. We are told by police that that victim was then chased into bushes that you can see here to the east of me, and the body was ended up being found deep into those bushes beyond debris. And this crime scene, in fact, extended beyond just the Lexington Avenue area. It also extended onto Comobach Avenue, which is the corner just adjacent to this area. And we can tell you right now that police say that they are unable to tell us exactly if this could have been connected to another incident over the last few days, but they say that they will remain resolute in their duties to ensure that justice is served for the family members who were here during the time of this investigation. In fact, they just wrapped it up just moments ago. We even saw some dogs go in and investigate for what we are told was a drug investigation, and vehicles are now coming this way to make their way through this area that has now been opened up. So again, we're reporting to you live from Lexington Avenue, the scene of the country's latest homicide, where a man in his 20s has been killed. We're going to send it back to you in studio, Janelle.
Thanks so much, our Devontae Hanna live on scene tonight. We'll, of course, continue to bring the details from that murder as it develops. Meantime, a devastating fire on East Street, leaving a family sifting through the charred remains of their home. The blaze destroying most of the property, leaving them facing an uncertain future. Our Delano Roker was on the scene earlier today. He has the details in this report.
Smoke still hung in the air over East Street as the ruins of what was once Emmanuel Thigboss's home smoldered. The father of 4, with his pregnant wife at his side, could only watch as flames tore through their upper floor. He says this was the moment he learned the fire would change everything.
I still a church. When I still a church praying, me and a prophet praying, and someone called me, say the fire up, and I come out, and I still smoking for two, and I ran in the back of the step, and I meet my kids, my wife come down. My 4 kids, my wife come down.
Just minutes away, when he got the call, Thigboss returned to find not only his home destroyed, but also irreplaceable family documents, personal belongings, and $3,200 in cash gone.
My wife passport and stuff, and all the documents, papers and stuff, and my kids, their passport, and my 2 sons, birth certificate and stuff, my 2 daughters, them, they Haitian. Haitian born Haitian, through they Bahamian through me. You see what I'm saying? And they brand on. Even my church money inside upstairs, the tithe money and the offering there. You understand? And my car key in there. No time forget them.
Superintendent Quincy McGregor confirmed the fire started on the upper level, but quick action by firefighters prevented any loss of life.
On Wednesday, the 13th of August 2025, at around 3:31 p.m., the fire services received information of a structural fire here at, this would be East Street. Upon our arrival, we met the top section of this 2-story building engulfed in flames. The fire was aggressively attacked, brought under control and extinguished. At this time, the cause of this fire is unknown, and investigators are on scene conducting inquiries.
Now, this family is left with little more than hope and the determination to rebuild piece by piece. They're appealing to anyone who can help as they start over. Delano Roker, Eyewitness News.
Well, Tropical Storm Erin strengthening overnight, now with maximum sustained winds of 50 miles per hour, with higher gusts slowing down to moving to just 17 miles per hour. And according to the National Hurricane Center, it could become a hurricane within the next day. Local forecasters remain on high alert tonight as they say Erin could make landfall in the southeast Bahamas by midweek next week. But due to the storm's position, it's still too early for them to tell. Tropical storm winds extend outward up to 60 miles from the center. For more on this, log on to our website, ewnews.com. Meantime, the Davis administration emphatically rejecting social media claims that officials say are promoting false information about Bahamian cabinet ministers and senior officials being indicted by United States prosecutors. According to the statement, the false messages are being pushed on WhatsApp and other social media platforms. Officials noting that the false information being perpetrated could be attributed to increased political activity. Now, at present, no Bahamian politician has been indicted, although a United States indictment unsealed in November last year implicated a Bahamian politician who has yet to be named. While locked away in one of America's most notorious prisons, Bahamian law enforcement officers accused of turning their badges into tickets for the international drug trade. Tonight, their future hanging in the balance as a United States judge has just pushed their day in court even further down the road. Our Jose Etienne joining me live in studio tonight with the latest details. Jose?
Well, Janea, a number of Bahamian law enforcement officers, including a former Defense Force officer, remain in United States custody tonight, still awaiting their fate. A federal judge has now scheduled their next court appearance for October, following months of postponements. Now, the men are at the center of a sweeping United States indictment, accused of using their badges and positions to traffic tons of cocaine through the Bahamas into the United States. Since that indictment was unsealed last November, they have been detained in Florida and then in New York. But sources tell Eyewitness News, Janea, that the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn is just one of more than a dozen prisons the men have been moved through for nearly the past year.
Their mental and physical health seem to be intact. However, you can appreciate the fact that in this environment, a lot of things happen. Whatever happens in those facilities will have an effect on an individual one way or the other.
Chief Superintendent Elvis Curtis, former Defense Force officer Darren Roker, and other Bahamians are being held at the Brooklyn facility, a jail that has housed high-profile figures like Sean Diddy Combs and Sam Bankman-Fried, and has come under fire for alleged lawlessness and poor medical care.
They are mindful of and aware of what is going on in their surroundings and trying to just stay away from whatever negativity is going on in these facilities. Of course, these are law enforcement officers, so their discipline is very different from an average person.
It's a situation that could raise concerns for Bahamian diplomats charged with checking on the defendants' welfare. And while critics have questioned what they describe as government's radio silence on the men's detention, National Security Minister Wayne Monroe says government's role is limited.
We have to give them consular support to make sure their detention is fair, and that's it. But that's not something for the U.S. government to keep us apprised of.
Now, at last report, United States District Judge Gregory Woods agreed to delay the pretrial conference after acting U.S. Attorney Matthew Podolsky said more time was needed to review evidence and continue discussions over possible pretrial resolutions. Janelle.
Thanks so much, our Jose Etienne, with the latest on that case. Meantime, in light of disturbing allegations being levied against a Royal Bahamas Defense Force instructor for its Rangers program, Commodore Floyd Moxey is defending that youth program, noting that it remains reputable. It's a reputable one, rather, despite controversy. Yosha Cox has been charged in the magistrate's court with multiple counts of cruelty to children and indecent assault, prosecutors alleging that he had one of the victims, reportedly a 14-year-old boy, masturbate among his peers. Those allegations now striking a chord among Bahamians who are left questioning the program's integrity.
The Rangers program is a long-standing program, and it has delivered a lot of leaders to the Royal Bahamas Defense Force and to other organizations. So there was an allegation made, the matter is before the court, and I definitely do not want to comment on that. But what I would say is what the allegations are is not reflective of the Rangers program. We will continue to build on the Rangers program. Once we heard about the allegation, I was decisive. I caused an investigation to be had, and the trust that the Bahamian people gave us with their children, that is non-negotiable. And they can be assured that we'll continue to live up to their expectation. And the Rangers program will thrive. We will ensure that it moves forward and it will survive this little bump in the road.
Over 1,400 discarded firearms being encased by police during a ceremony in partnership with officials from Mines Advisory Group and CARICOM Impact. The National Security Minister, Wayne Monroe, asserting that the encasement in concrete symbolizes the ending of a firearm's life cycle, which he says also prevents it from being solicited, trafficked, or used for criminal purposes.
These firearms, once instruments of fear, harm, and violence, are permanently deactivated through a secure destruction process. Today, we engage the final and crucial step of encasing their remnants. This encasement exercise, in a sense, constitutes a transformation, leading to our overall improved safety. It helps ensure that these firearms will never re-enter circulation, never fall into the hands of criminals, and never threaten the safety of our streets, our homes, and our loved ones ever again, while at the same time being transformed into a useful part of a needed structure.
Well, also on hand for the encasement ceremony, United States Chargé d'Affaires Kimberly Furnish, who is reaffirming the United States government's commitment to helping regional countries like the Bahamas tackle gun trafficking that remains a vexing issue in the country.
We know that firearms trafficking and illegal use of firearms harms both the United States and the Bahamas. It's a grave issue. Criminal groups and drug traffickers continue to illicitly spread small arms and ammunition throughout the Caribbean, threatening our collective security, undermining regional stability, and driving irregular migration across the region. It's an urgent issue that we must continue to address together. I am proud that the United States has donated over $6 million to improve security and management of state-held munition stockpiles across the Caribbean. Together, we are working to create a more secure region and combating the loss at host of ills. More secure gun stockpiles means fewer weapons in the hands of those who threaten both the United States and Bahamian civilians, and they also threatened our shared national securities.
On to some other news tonight. Attorney General Ryan Pinder defending the government's decision to push ahead with the digitization of the voting process, moving to the use of biometrics. During debate on amendments to the Parliamentary Elections Act, Pinder stressed that its current form of paper voting cards have led to errors, this according to international observers.
They highlighted that our voter registration remains entirely paper-based. That photographs, as I mentioned, are affixed to the cards manually, many times with Scotch tape, and that voter identification cards are laminated paper cards, many times poorly laminated, and can be easily lost, easily duplicated, and easily forged. These inaccuracies in voter information have created confusion at the polls and in some cases denied the right to vote on election day due to the manual process and in the inherent errors that may exist. And the errors don't have to be, and many times aren't intentional. They're errors, human errors, documentary errors because of the manual process. In 2012, again in 2017, and then again in 2021, Observer reports urged the Bahamas to modernize its system. They called for a move to electronic registration, to biometric voter information, and to stronger protections for the integrity of the register itself.
Opposition Senator Michaela Barnett Ellis, however, pushing back against the government's decision, noting that under the Progressive Liberal Party, they have not had a good track record with data. She suggested that they could not be trusted in this regard.
Trust in the government's handling of elections is not built overnight. It is earned over years through transparency, honesty, and the consistent delivery on promises. This PLP government has failed on all three accounts. There have been too many grand announcements followed by half measures, delays, or broken promises. Too many policies that have been rolled out without proper consultation, only to be walked back after public backlash. Too often, information that should be in the public is hidden, delayed, or released only after pressure, and too many denials in the face of glaring evidence to the contrary. That records matter, Mr. Chairman, because electoral reform is not just a technical change. It is a covenant between the state and the people. And if the public doubts the integrity or the motives of the government of the day, every reform, no matter how well-intentioned on paper, may be viewed through the lens of suspicion. And make no mistake, Bahamians are already skeptical. We's a skeptical people. And we see the PLP trying to fast-track a system that will collect our most sensitive personal data without first showing in black and white how it will be protected.
Meantime, the Boundaries Commission is currently reviewing constituency boundaries ahead of the next general election. The aim to ensure fair representation for voters, but changes could affect which constituency you vote in. Eyewitness News turning to social media, posing the question, if boundaries change, how would you feel about moving into a different constituency? 45% of participants voting concerned. I prefer to stay in my current constituency. 13% voted open. I'm fine with being moved if it's fair, while some 42% said they're voting neutral. It wouldn't matter to them either way. Be sure to continue to participate in our daily digital polls on all of our social media platforms. Well, there were no significant changes in the human rights situation in the Bahamas this year. This, according to the U.S. State Department. The report found no credible evidence of major abuses and noted that the government took steps to identify and hold accountable officials believed to be responsible for violations. However, it also highlighted some concerns over workers' rights. Our Laurencia Smith has the details in this report.
The U.S. State Department has officially released its 2024 Human Rights Report. Its review of the Bahamas was generally positive, noting that government has taken necessary steps to identify, address instances of human rights abuse. However, the report raised concern about workers' rights. Unions have long been the voice for the average Bahamian worker. While the law guaranteed the right to form and join independent unions, engage in collective bargaining, and conduct legal strikes, the report says there are still significant restrictions on the right to strike. Labor consultant Bernard Evans within the Ministry of Labor and Public Service, who's also a veteran union leader, broke down the process for strike polls, highlighting the steps workers must follow to execute their right legally.
A registered union has an issue. They would file a dispute first with the Department of Labor. That process is then entertained by a conciliation officer. So they would hear the first hearing of such, and there's about 3 that they can go through. But before any time, at any point after the first one, they could ask for a strike vote or to obtain a strike certificate, and or to have the matter upgraded to go straight to the industrial tribunal.
The report noted that workers who engage in illegal strikes were subject to imprisonment upward to 2 years. Now, Evans also shared that strike polls are good for a year.
Any matter that is a violation of a signed industrial agreement, once that is violation and the party is not living up to those agreements, they could try any number of things. Of course, you have other means that they can take other than a strike. They could work the rule. They could go slow. They can do a number of issues to get satisfaction.
The report also highlights that the government has not always effectively enforced minimum wage, overtime, occupational safety, and health laws, citing a lack of manpower. They also noted that there were few labor inspectors to ensure full compliancy. Eyewitness News made several attempts to speak with labor officials on these concerns, but efforts were unsuccessful upward to news time. However, we did speak with Latre Ramming, Communications Director within the Office of the Prime Minister, who says the government acknowledged the report and is currently reviewing it.
To have a conversation with our American counterparts to discuss their findings and, at very minimum, provide some answers to some of their conclusions and to determine how they arrive at those conclusions. Subject to the following of that meeting, we'll provide a much more formal report to the public.
The report also touched on immigration, noting that international organizations have reported government unduly expediting the repatriation of some Haitian nationals, in certain cases causing children to be separated from their guardians. Laurencia Smith, Eyewitness News.
If you've got a news tip or if you've seen news in the making, call the Eye on News hotline at 397-6397. We also invite you to send your letters to the editor for publication on all of our social media platforms, Eyewitness News Bahamas at gmail.com. And if you're watching on our Facebook or YouTube page, share your thoughts about today's stories in the comments section. We want to hear from you. We're just getting started in Eyewitness News tonight, but when we come back, rising costs impact one of your favorite baked treats. We've got that story coming up. And later tonight, BPL, they're responding to power outages in Abaco. We've got more on that right after this break.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is, by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. BTC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
Hi, I know you weren't expecting to see me here. Now you can find your favorite chicken and snacks in the same place. It's true. Come on in.
Introducing the Doritos Kentucky Chicken Sandwich, a delicious combination of KFC's juicy original recipe extra large filet, stacked with real Doritos nacho cheese chips for a loud cheesy crunch in every bite. It's bold, it's crunchy, and it's only $8.95. KFC and Doritos, a crunch that's finger-licking good.
In 2010, a grant helped Bahamas Striping group of companies get started. Today, that seed has grown into a national force, building roads, airports, and brighter futures. Now, we're leading the way through public-private partnerships, what we call 3Ps, where government vision meets private sector innovation. 3Ps empowers local subcontractors, giving them the chance to bid. And with every contract, we're putting money directly into communities, creating jobs, supporting families, and fueling growth. From roads in Eleuthera to community centers in the inner city, we're not just laying asphalt, we're laying foundations for financial opportunity. At Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, we believe in building more than infrastructure. We're building up Bahamians who build the Bahamas. 3Ps, public-private partnerships for people, progress, and prosperity.
Are you searching for something new? Something exciting? Your dream job in paradise? Well, look no further. Royal Beach Club Paradise Island is hiring. Join a dynamic group of passionate hospitality professionals, craft unforgettable moments, and thrive in a vibrant, welcoming atmosphere. Play your part in shaping the future of our team while growing your own career every day. Bring your energy, your passion, and your creativity to a workplace that's as dynamic and fun as you are. At Royal Beach Club Paradise Island, the opportunities don't just exist, they're limitless. So are you ready to find your perfect fit? Visit Royal Beach Club at paradiseisland.com/career today and step into a world of exciting possibilities.
Shop early to get your uniforms and catch Janae's Uniform Center's buy 4 get 1 free sale. Pre-monogrammed and regular school shirts, dry fit and cotton polos, jumpers, skirts, boys long and short pants, PE shorts, underclothes, tights, socks, neckties, belts, sleeping mats, hair accessories, and character work desk. Get 50% off backpacks, lunch bags, and raincoats. Buy 4 school shirts, get 1 free. Buy 2 skirts, jumpers, or pants, get the third 50% off. Need embroidery and monogramming done? Visit Janae's Uniform Center early. Beat the back to school rush. Janae's Chesapeake Road back to school special. Restrictions apply.
This segment of Eyewitness News is brought to you by EV Motors Fleet Sales Division. For 2026 commercial vehicles, call 821-2403 today.
Welcome back. Here's a look at your Eyewitness News gas tracker. You're getting the cheapest tonight at Rubis, $5.48. Shell coming in at $5.50. Esso, $5.56. Welcome back. You're watching Eyewitness News. Well, a Bahamian favorite is getting a price bump. Original Patties Limited says their rising costs have forced their popular baked goods to raise the prices. Our Laurencia Smith has the details on the increase.
A favorite baked treat is about to cost you more. With operation costs on the rise, Original Patties Limited say it has been forced to make a tough decision and raise prices. Operation Manager Jean Mosley Culmer says the increase will take effect August 25th.
Items 5 cents, 10 cents. The most is one item is 30 cents. That's the most we went up on any item. Will be the patties because, as you know, ground beef is very expensive. And we get our meat from locally and also from the U.S.
In a notice to customers this week that can be found taped on the bakery store, the company said it has tried to keep costs down, but rising ingredient prices have made the hike unavoidable.
Bill, when we ship the goods from the States to here, that has gone up. Our customs has gone up. Locally, we buy goods here locally. Our vendors here went up on us too.
Mosley Cumber says that this is the first price adjustment in nearly 2 years, and that customers were taken into consideration before the announcement was made.
Yes, we do. And as I
since 1965, with 2 locations, one on Tawny Williams Darling Highway and the other on Blue Hill Road. The company employs some 65 people, and its products can be found in gas stations, mom and pop stores, and even school campuses across the country.
Now, notwithstanding the pending increase, executives here at the bakery say the main goal is to continue to provide fresh and hot patties each day for its customers. Laurencia Smith, Eyewitness News.
Laurencia, meantime, a leading voice in Bahamian real estate calling for the creation of a formal association for local Airbnb operators. Mario Carey, the president and CEO of Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate, MCR Bahamas, he's pushing for an advocacy group that would give Bahamian hosts a seat at the table in government's discussions. His proposal aiming to ensure that local operators, particularly those in the Family Islands, are able to access the same benefits and protections that foreign developers currently enjoy in the rapidly growing short-term rental market.
Airbnb market here is huge, and through an association, I feel that the market can be better organized, and especially to the benefits of Bahamians. Bahamians, if tourism is our #1 industry, we should be able to maximize the rewards from that, and I think an association would help.
Well, Carey is a seasoned real estate pioneer with over 40 years in the industry. He argues what he believes would be success for Bahamians within the short-term rental space.
I would see success as Bahamians being the real estate market, which I've always preached about anyway before. It's so hard for Bahamians to get into the market. But success would look like we have more inventory, governments collaborating with the association. Bahamians are probably having a strong presence in the Family Islands, where a lot of that Airbnb business is. And Bahamians are creating wealth and employment.
Bahamas Power and Light Company has been working in Abaco to resolve power challenges experienced by residents and businesses. The COO, Anthony Christie, in an interview with media this week, explaining that the power generation shortfall was due to some unforeseen challenges with the company's machines on the island.
There would have been some storms passing prior to that as well that may have impacted the supply to the customers. But in particular, we lost one unit that was online, and that resulted in us having to load shed until they were able to resolve the issue. But ongoing in Abaco, we have maintenance activities on 2 units at the Wilson City Power Station. The goal would be to restore one of those units before the end of this month. The other will be shortly thereafter. So both units are being worked on in parallel. We had some delays with parts coming from one of our vendors out of Brazil. They had to divert to an air freight or air shipment in order to get it there faster. So we expect that to be in Abaco before the end of the week, and then they will continue to repair those units so that we'll have enough generation to supply Abaco.
Now, amid the ongoing talks of a potential hurricane hitting our shores as early as this weekend, Christie also making mention of challenges on the Keys that could be exacerbated by such activities. He says teams are working to address those issues as well.
A number of the Keys would have been challenged whenever we have storm events, and we had some older backup units on each of the Keys. Presently, we have 3 units that would have landed a week ago, and they're being dispatched. One is already installed on Manawar Key. 2 others are to be installed on Guana Key as well as Hopetown in order to provide redundancy or backup power whenever we have challenges from the mainland. So those customers, again, will have more generation or more stable generation in the next week or 2.
Well, since the Davis administration introduced stringent bail reform measures over a year ago, the National Security Minister, Wayne Monroe, says the amendments continue to yield results as those who sit on the bench could determine whether an alleged offender should be kept behind bars while awaiting trial. He's doubling down on the amendments given recent deadly incidents that saw monitored offenders as victims.
We deal with the arrest and the charge. The courts deal, the Office of the DPP deals with the objections and the appeals if the court does not remand. And so the amendments said expressly, if you breached your bail, you would automatically be sent back. That has been working as far as I'm aware. The DPP's office also took a further step to advance an argument that was accepted by the court that if your presence on bail would create a risk to the public, that's a reason to deny bail. And so they would have to provide the information to the court, and if they persuade the court that releasing you, even though you're presumed innocent, because people will be trying to kill you in public places where other people may be, that's a danger to the public, the court can refuse bail. And if the Office of the DPP provides sufficient evidence and the court still admits the bail, they have the ability to appeal it to the Court of Appeal.
As concerns mount over the issue of gun violence in the country, the National Security Minister says it's an issue the public must be enraged about, with hopes that they will partner with officials to get the guns off the streets. His comments coming as reporters asked him what is government minded to do next to ensure that American gun shops are held accountable for the role they play in firearms being trafficked across the region, an issue leaving behind a trail of deadly crimes in its wake. This as the United States Supreme Court rejected a lawsuit filed by the Mexican government against several American gun manufacturers. The Davis administration endorsed that lawsuit, however, concerns remain given that the issue continues to wreak havoc.
The support of that litigation was to seek to hold gun manufacturers accountable. The U.S. government has passed a useful act to deal with gun trafficking. We participate them. They provide ATF officers to our anti-gang and firearm task force. They provide officers and agents from the Homeland Security investigates. You would have seen a Bahamian charged in the U.S. with firearms trafficking because he bought a number of guns and was shown to have sent it over here. So the issue of it is we cooperate with our international partners. We are seeking, as the Prime Minister has also sent out a clarion call recently, we need cooperation from the Bahamian public. As he expresses it, if you know your son has a gun, if you know somebody may be coming to kill your son, that may bring death to your doorstep. And so you should be telling the police where you know of these firearms existing, because it's all well and good. Somebody may come for your son and you may find yourself crying for him in the road. But what is worse, and what has happened here already, is somebody comes for your son and you are in the car.
So to come in Eyewitness News tonight, a Bahamian Faith Conference. It's expanding to the U.S. We've got the details on that. But first, here's a check on tonight's weather forecast.
Hard to provide for and protect the ones you love. However, life can present unexpected challenges. Who you call in times of need matters. Insurance Management is a Bahamian-owned company that has been serving our community for over 40 years, offering a wide range of coverage for all of your personal, professional, and commercial needs. When life happens, rest easy knowing that our skilled and experienced agents are there for you in your time of need, so that you can get back to what matters most. Insurance Management. Nobody does it better.
Carrie's Fabric and Uniform Store wants to get you ready for back to school.
They have ready-made uniforms and uniform fabrics for almost every school in the Bahamas.
At Carrie's, find skirts, blouses, shirts, jumpers, boy shorts and long pants, neckties, socks, and more.
You can even have your uniform skirts custom made.
Check out our selection of embroidered cotton shirts.
That's Carrie's Fabric and Uniform Store on Mackey Street.
Call us at 393-0758 or 817-0758.
Coned Bahamas presents Casablanca Cabinets, the perfect combination of function and beauty. Made from solid wood, these cabinets offer long-lasting durability and exceptional storage, designed to keep your space organized and efficient. Whether for your kitchen or bathroom, Casablanca cabinets are built to handle everyday use while enhancing the beauty of your home. Conveniently located in Grand Bahama, Nassau, Abaco, and Eleuthera, Coned Bahamas. Dream, design, deliver.
Things may be tough, but Wendy's got you covered. Grab a day single or chicken sandwich with a junior fries and 16-ounce beverage for just $6.95. Why choose less from the other guys when you can get more? At Wendy's, we're providing bigger bites and better deals. So purchase your Tings Tough Value Meal today. Now available at all locations excluding the airport and food truck.
Who's the real MVP of the soil, the hero of the harvest? The Agrarian Awards 2025 is here, and we want you to nominate the farmer who's growing greatness in your community. 8 categories up for grabs and a chance to win up to $50,000 in cash prizes. Brought to you by the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources and the Agricultural Development Organization, honoring the hands that feed the nation. Visit adobahamas.org to submit your nomination for the Agrarian Awards 2025.
Introducing Hands for Hunger's The Budget Gourmet, the sizzling new cooking show where 5-star flavor meets everyday ingredients. From pantry staples to farmers markets finds, join Chef Mo as we turn local, low-cost ingredients into gourmet magic, one dish at a time. Want your brand on the table? We're now inviting sponsors to be a part of this delicious journey. Get in early and let your name shine where flavor meets finesse. The Budget Gourmet. Everyday ingredients with a gourmet twist.
The Budget Gourmet. We're making it sweet, low cost meals you can't defeat. Tastes so good, it makes you move.
You're watching Eyewitness News.
Welcome back. Well, for the first time in its 15-year history, a Bahamian leadership conference is crossing borders internationally. Our Delano Roker has the details in this report.
Excitement is building as Bahamian delegates prepare to join the Kingdom Invasion National Assignment Summit, founded by faith leader Ambassador Devin Roll. The gathering aims to expand God's will by connecting with believers where they are in today's society.
For too long now, many persons have allowed the church to stay in the four walls, where we pretty much end up entertaining ourselves and missing the fact that Christ, according to John 3:16, died that the entire world might be saved. So we must find a way to make our faith relevant and practical, not spooky.
While faith is the foundation, Roll says Kanaz is also embracing the future, with conversations on emerging technologies and the digital transformation shaping communities worldwide.
Years ago, I actually made it the theme, focusing on artificial intelligence, and I think we were the first back home of any organization or entity to actually focus on artificial intelligence. We're going to tap into it a little bit in this summit here in South Carolina as well. And one of the other things that's going to really be a forefront is looking at the cryptocurrency market, because the way the world trades and does business financially is shifting very quick too. There are major moves being made, especially even in America, regarding Bitcoin has been dominating for a while, but now there's this thing, this coin called XRP that everybody seems to be focusing in on, and we need to know what's happening in the world as believers.
His vision? To elevate Kanaz into a respected international forum, harmonizing devotion with government to impact nations.
One of the goals that I hope that we will accomplish long term, where the event has the kind of credibility where governments actually want to engage in the summit and possibly send leaders, middle managers to come, because whether people are Christian or not, the ethics and the character factors that we will be presenting will be beneficial to any organization, business, and I dare even say government.
And for Bahamians, Roll says, keep your eyes open.
This November, I think it's in the 3rd or 4th week, we are going to have Kanaz, the Bahamas version that we always do. We're still going to have that. I'll be posting the exact dates later, but it's either going to be the 3rd or 4th week in November. So I'm not stopping our home effort and mission.
The summit runs for 3 days. Day 1 and 2 are free, while the Friday Leadership Project requires a $50 registration fee.
But believe it or not, almost the entirety of the conference is free. on the 3rd day, which is the Friday, the Leadership Conclave, we're simply asking for a $50 registration, and persons can come and attend everything else free of charge.
Delano Roker, Eyewitness News.
Thanks, Delano. Still to come in Eyewitness News tonight, our Laurencia Smith has your latest check on sports. Good evening, Laurencia.
Well, Janae, the Bahamas is gearing up to host the Caribbean Volleyball Championships, and I can tell you our players are pumped and ready. I'll tell you more about it straight ahead in sports.
Come and visit us at Shop Smart, 'cause everything is here.
Yes, we have it all for you. Toys, clothing, office supplies, appliances, custom cut blinds, bedding, drapes, and rugs. Come and visit us on Mackey Street, 2 blocks down from Wolf Road. Call us at 698-1052.
Shop Smart, at Shop Smart, at Shop Smart. Oh, everything is here.
At the Water and Sewage Corporation, safety and convenience are our top priorities. However, our meter readers face challenges that can make their job difficult. Locked gates to guard dogs sometimes leads to missed readings and estimated bills, which can be frustrating for you and us. That's why we're upgrading to digital meters. They bring safety, accuracy, and convenience to homes across the Bahamas. We can streamline data collection, reduce on-site visits, and provide more accurate bills with no more estimates. Digital meters also help detect leaks early, saving you from costly bills and reducing water waste. Soon, a user-friendly app will let you track your water usage, manage bills, and stay informed, all at your fingertips. Over the next year, we're rolling out digital meters nationwide, transforming how we serve you with a safer and cost-efficient water supply. To learn about our digital meters, visit our website or call us today. And don't forget to update your information at any of our locations.
Stop, man, stop. But it's hot today, boy. Wait. You see that? Mm-hmm. That's snowing. I can cool off, man.
Where you going? Get back here. Don't go in that people's house.
I can inside
I
there.
can cook whatever you want tonight. Where you going?
You gonna do what?
I can cook whatever tonight.
I forget you can't cook.
Step up the heat and enter Skypole. Expert installation, cool comfort, and reliable service. Brought to you by Discount AC and Supplies. Your one-stop shop for top-tier AC units.
Introducing Hands for Hunger's The Budget Gourmet, the sizzling new cooking show where five-star flavor meets everyday ingredients. From pantry staples to farmers market's finds, join Chef Mo as we turn local, low-cost ingredients into gourmet magic, one dish at a time. Want your brand on the table? We're now inviting sponsors to be a part of this delicious journey. Get in early and let your name shine where flavor meets finesse. The Budget Gourmet, everyday ingredients with a gourmet twist.
The Budget Gourmet. We're making it sweet, low cost meals you can't defeat. Tastes so good, it makes you move. Hands for Hunger is in the groove. The Budget Gourmet.
Eyewitness Sports is brought to you by 103.5 The Beat.
Welcome to another edition of Eyewitness Sports. I'm Laurencia Smith. Thanks for joining us. Tonight, we're starting on the volleyball court, where all eyes are on the start of the 2025 Caribbean Volleyball Championships right here at home. The tournament runs from August 16th through the 23rd over at the Kendall G. Isaacs Gymnasium, featuring 9 men's teams and 8 women's teams from across the region. Team Bahamas is putting on their final preparations for the championships. Eyewitness Sports stopped by both the women's and the men's practice to catch a glimpse of the action. On the women's side, the squad is a mixture of veteran and fresh faces, including Rachel Knowles, Vanessa Sawyer, Hannah McBride, and Leandra Johnson. Knowles, a veteran of the game and captain of the women's team, says she's excited to hit the court and lead her team into tournament play.
No goals that we set as a team, and I think that a lot of girls are going to have to step up to the plate and play outside of their comfort zone, which has been the night league. So I think that my main goal is for everybody to just put their best foot forward and get our goals done.
While over on the men's side, we'll see a number of our pro players from the European circuit. The team will also feature Shanari Hepburn, Jamal Ferguson, Chauncey Cooper, and Eugene Stewart. Hepburn, named captain of the men's team, breaks down the overall expectation.
On record saying overall expectations is to win gold. I've been reprimanded by a few of my peers for making such bold statements, but I would just like to take this opportunity to apologize to absolutely nobody. I said what I said, and our goal is to come out and win gold.
The 2025 Caribbean Championships will bring together teams from across the region, including the host nation, the 242, Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, Barbados, Guadeloupe, Curacao, and Suriname. The last time the Bahamas hosted the tournament, it was back in 2006. Meantime, let's head on over to the pool where Lamar Taylor made a splash, landing on the podium as a bronze medalist in the men's 100-meter freestyle at the 2025 Junior Pan American Games in Paraguay. The Olympian set a new national record, clocking a time of 48.51 seconds, further cementing his status as the fastest swimmer in Bahamian history. He already holds the national record in the 50-meter freestyle. Meantime, the Bahamas mixed 4x100-meter freestyle relay team set a national record, finishing with a time of 3 minutes 37.23 seconds. To finish 6th overall. Now that team featured Marvin Johnson, Lamar Taylor, Zoe Williamson, and Elsa Wood. The Bahamas is being represented by 15 athletes across 6 disciplines at this year's Junior Pan American Games. In addition to swimming, Bahamian athletes are competing in archery, judo, and cycling, with events in athletics and sailing still to come. Now let's head on over to the basketball court. The Bahamas men's national team has headed down to Nicaragua for a team training camp as they gear up for the 2025 FIBA AmeriCup tournament later this month. Former national team player Lou Ross Tum Tum Nairn Jr. His coaching staff include Michael Thompson Jr., the son of basketball legend Michael Thompson Sr. Thompson Jr. says it's a full circle moment for Nairn as a player who's widely respected both by his teammates and coaches.
Very exciting. You know, Tom already been coaching for years, so it'll be easy, adjustment for him. But he was already pretty much a coach on the floor, so all the players respect him, all the coaches respect him. So it'll be really fun, and he's such a great guy, and very passionate too, and he's very passionate about the Bahamas. So it'll be a lot of fun. And I see it trending up. Just there's so much talent here in the Bahamas. It seems like every 2-3 years another kid pops up out of nowhere with special talent, and then there's other kids that are very talented too. So the Bahamas, for how small of a country it is, there's so much talent out here and a lot of untapped potential. So I see it just keep trending up, and it's only going to get better.
We'll definitely stay tuned to Eyewitness Sports for the latest highlights from that tournament. Well, that's what's making sports at this hour. I'm Laurencia Smith. Stay tuned for more news on the other side of the break.
We're learning, even playing, we're having lots of fun. We're working with each other until the day is done.
They say it takes a village to raise a child. But what happens when that child is lost, hurt, or simply needs a second chance? Since 2022, the Second Chance program has become a support system for young people ready to rewrite their stories.
The initiative was started in an effort to direct at-risk students, and these would be students between the ages of 12 and 18 at various schools, divert them from negative activities or direct them from a life of crime into positive initiatives. A lot of our past participants are now productive members of society. They have jobs. They're furthering their education at colleges. They actually some of them are even coming back to give testimony on what the program has done for them.
This is a program that bridges some previous experience and keeps you going forward to the next best thing. This is what they call a second chance, but truthfully, it's a second chance for this purpose. But in life, you're gonna need to regroup. But the key is to understand where the situation, what the situation was that got you here, analyze it intelligently, and keep moving forward. Don't beat up yourself. Learn from this experience. Understand your limitations, oversight your limitations, and manage your behavior.
Welcome to Paradise Premium Foods, where exceptional taste meets everyday convenience. Right in the heart of Hurricane Hole Plaza, whether you're planning a beachside brunch, an intimate dinner, or simply restocking your favorites. we offer only the finest selection of local and imported goods, handpicked for quality, freshness, and flavor. At Paradise Premium Foods, shopping is effortless, service is personal, and every visit feels like a treat. From gourmet meals to go to organic essentials and indulgent treats, this is your neighborhood market elevated. Live well, eat better. Discover Paradise Premium Foods, now open at Hurricane Hole Plaza, Paradise Island. Paradise Premium Foods. Taste the difference.
Hey guys! The IL Cares Foundation invites you to our Back to School giveaway on August 23rd at the University of the Bahamas, Poinciana Drive entrance. Join us for a day of free school supplies, food, and fun as we help prepare students for a successful school year. We are also going to be on the Family Islands on August 23rd from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. All are welcome! So come on down and support the community with IL Cares.
You're watching Eyewitness News.
Well, that wraps up news this Wednesday, but coming up and beyond the headlines with Francesca Brown, she's talking all things Junkanoo, especially that controversial bill now up for consultation. That's coming up and beyond the headlines. It starts right after this. That does it for us here at Eyewitness News. It's certainly been a pleasure having you in our company tonight. On behalf of the entire news team, I'm Janae Nawal saying good night and be safe, everyone.
Has expanded their testing menu. We now offer blood work, drug screening, and so much more. Our hours of operation are Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., located on 11 Madera Street. We are here for all of your laboratory needs, with fast and reliable lab work done by our friendly and knowledgeable staff. Let us help you take the needed steps to stay in the know about your health. Let's keep working towards a healthier you. Stay eatin' well.
Tired of driving around from place to place just to get your car insured and licensed? Frustrated with the process of being back and forth from your insurance company to road traffic? Well, BMG Insurance Agents and Brokers just made insuring and licensing your motor vehicle as easy as 1, 2, 3. Step 1. Visit us at the Road Traffic Department, Section 1, Thomas A. Robinson Sports Stadium. At our office, you can purchase or renew your insurance or get your vehicle inspected. We at BMG Insurance Agents and Brokers represent major carriers. Step 2. See the professionals at Road Traffic to get your vehicle licensed. Step 3. Enjoy your day. Insure with BMG Insurance Agents and Brokers today, saving you time and money. Your one-stop shop for all of your insurance needs. Great rates, convenient, excellent service. For more information, call us at 322-2221.
So you want a space. But not just any space. You need something with a little more potential. So how about 1,000 square feet of room to play with? Superb audio and video production capability, digital LED wall, full lighting grid, and about 124 seats to accommodate a full studio audience with so many other features. Make us your home for your next concert, conference, and so much more. Honestly, the possibilities are endless. Here at ILTV Studios, we'd love to bring your next event to life. So what do you say? Do you want our space? thoughts, views, and comments expressed by the hosts, guests, and callers on Beyond the Headlines are not necessarily those of management, ownership, or production unit of the Verizon Media Group. Beyond the Headlines is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without express written permission of the Verizon Media Group. Beyond the Headlines is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2021.
This is Beyond the Headlines. Good evening, everyone. I'm Francesca Brown, and welcome to the show. This week, the first public consultation on the proposed National Junkanoo Authority bill sparked fresh debate over the future of our country's most celebrated cultural tradition. The government says the bill is designed to bring more transparency, structure, and long-term stability to Junkanoo. They highlight open televised consultations as proof of the inclusive process that welcomes all the stakeholders to the table. But the Junkanoo Corporation of New Providence, the JCNP, sees things a little differently. They argue that their absence from this week's meeting has been misunderstood, and they believe the public isn't getting the full picture of what's at stake. But before we hear from them, let's take a look at the recent story of that first public consultation.
It was a warm reception from the Junkanoo community for the proposed Junkanoo Authority bill, especially Family Island Junkanoos, many of whom traveled to the capital to share their view on the future of the culture during Monday's public consultation. Now, the bill aims to establish a permanent body to manage, promote, and develop Junkanoo.
We're here today where we got a breakdown as to, instead of them giving us a lot of the legal documents, we got to actually break down as actually what the bill is actually entails.
Anything that enhances and uplifts the culture of Junkanoo. Hope that the leaders and the Exuma Junkanoo Corporation would be involved in decision makings and be a part of the bill.
Now, executives of the Junkanoo Corporation of New Providence who reportedly opposed the bill were not present, but sent their apologies. Junkanoo veteran Denzel Roll described the 2025 bill as a possible solution, calling it a dream come true. As according to officials, the bill have been floating around since the mid-90s.
The authority to recommend or to share with the public the role of each and every person who's going to be a part of the authority. I'm excited for this bill. Firstly, when I saw that the UNESCO is a part of it, I got excited. Why? Because it's a reputable international body that I know can help us with funding.
Culture Minister Mario Bolek served as the chair of Monday's consultation. Among the panelists include Dame Anita Allen of the Legal Reform Committee and Latre Ramming, Director of Communication at the Office of the Prime Minister. Bolek says that he's pleased with the direction of the discussion, acknowledging that government can't please everyone, but noted that consultation is key. He added that he's pleased to hear the voices of the Junkanoo community in the Family Islands.
Continue to refine this bill to the recommendations put forward by the Bahamian people, then we believe we'll have not the perfect bill, but a bill that satisfies most. And that's why we really wanted to make this thing public, so that nothing is done in closed door and secret, so that people can understand this is a bill that will benefit all of us as a people.
Meanwhile, Bolek says several other consultations are underway, adding that the ministry and the government have given the JCNP until August 30th to submit their final recommendations. Laurencia Smith, Eyewitness News.
So that's how the government has framed the start of this process, emphasizing openness and vision for modernizing Junkanoo. But sitting with me tonight is John Williams, Public Relations Manager for the Junkanoo Corporation of New Providence, who says there's another side to this story, and he's here to share the JCMP's perspective. Welcome to the show, John.
Thank you, Francesca. Thank you for having us.
It's good for you guys to be here. You know, this talk about Junkanoo has been going on for some time now, since the bill was initially introduced. And I feel like you guys hadn't had a fair shake, been able to tell your side of the story. So that's why I invited invited you to the show tonight. Yes. So we'll start from what we just saw, and then we'll move back.
We'll come back.
So the JCMP was not present at that public consultation process, which took place, if I am remembering, Monday. Why not?
So before we get into that,
okay,
I want to publicly send condolences out to the family and friends of Dr. Winston Churchill Roll and the entire Music Makers family. He was a champion and a giant in the Junkanoo community. I know they're feeling that right now, so I want to first off send our condolences on behalf of the JCNP to the family and friends and the Music Makers organization.
Very respectful.
Now, to the public consultation. So, the organizers reached out to us a bit late. Our overall reasoning, not excuse, for not attending the public consultation was that it was a bit too short notice, right? It wasn't a bit short notice, it was really short notice. So
okay, I notice you're not saying, but what would be short notice? It was Monday at 9.
Okay, so the event was for Monday at 9 a.m.
Yes.
We got notification about Friday at 4:30 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah, so in order for us to organize ourselves, who will be present, who may make presentations, organize presentations, prepare them, we needed more time than that. We're all industry professionals, we all have regular jobs, whether they be in the private sector or the government sector, and we needed more time, which we expressed to them in a formal email that we will not be able to attend. We did not deny that or say that we don't want to come. You know, we said that maybe we can reschedule and see how that works. Now, we had a planned meeting with the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture for August 30th that I think that Mr. Raming and the organizers of this event plan to tag on to. So we're going to see how that works.
Okay.
But, you know, it was just too short notice.
What would you say to people who said, okay, it may have been short notice for the JCMP, however, it seemed as though Family Island Junkanoo groups or representatives were able to come and be at the meeting, and they were able to fly here and be at that meeting?
Well, you said it right. I mean, they were able to fly in, and I actually think that they were flown in. So I think that takes some level of planning and organizing to get them here, and notify them that, hey, we want you to be here. You may get a ticket, and come. Persons have to plan their lives. You know, we have families, we have jobs. And for a meeting that's 9 a.m. on Monday morning, you know, that, after a long weekend, that takes some proper planning.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning then. Let's start with the bill that, you know, has caused, I guess, the tension between the JCMP and the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, or the government, or wherever the tension lies.
Yes.
When was the JCMP first introduced to this bill? When did you guys first hear about it? And when was the first consultation with the government, if there was one?
Okay, so we were first notified maybe about sometime in July, I think it was.
Okay.
Maybe June. I may be mixing up some dates, but it was recent.
Okay.
So we were presented the bill, and we were asked to go look over it and get back with any revisions,
Changes,
suggestions, recommendations that we may have. Minister Mario, along with members from the NJC and ministry officials were there. Respectfully, we received it, we reviewed it, and we sent some recommendations back to them. Since then, we've met, in between. Unfortunately, a lot of things leaked in our country, right? So things that were supposed to be directly sent to the ministry and other high-ranking officials leaked into the public sector, and it caused an uproar. So we've met since then, we've had discussions, and the minister in his wisdom allowed us more time to review the bill. He felt as though that we needed more time. We agreed. We had no issue with that. And so we are actively still reviewing the bill as a body. Groups are reviewing them. We have given our groups actually this week to bring us back their recommendations so that we can sit down all together and go through it once again.
Process sounds very amicable, but obviously it's not, because something or somewhere along the way, something went wrong.
Here's what went wrong. So we were presented with a bill about Junkanoo, a Junkanoo authority. In looking at this bill, first of all, we're trying to figure out Why didn't we know about this bill? Our problem is that we were not consulted in the initial phase. As the governing body for the premier Junkanoo in the country, and that of in New Providence of Boxing Day and New Year's Day Parade, we felt we should have been consulted. If you're going to draft a bill about Junkanoo, you should include all stakeholders.
At the beginning, not at the end.
Not at
Right.
the end.
Okay.
You know, I kind of, and when we read through it, one of the major issues we had, and again, I want to say to the people, we're not against it, we're not for it. We just have a stance on it.
Okay.
And our stance is that we want inclusion, we wanted consultation, we just wanted to be a part of the process. From page 1, we are the JCNP is defined in the past tense. The body that governed and managed the parades before the enactment of this bill.
Do you think it was intentional or just
It's a draft.
wording?
I don't want to say it's intentional.
Okay.
But I mean, it's a draft bill. It's in black and white.
Okay.
It's typed. It was discussed. It was typed. It was retyped and presented.
Okay.
So it's official. Now, it is a draft, and with any draft, after you review it, you can make changes. This is where our recommendations come in.
Right.
And so this is what we have done, and this is what we are continuing to do.
Were you able to present those recommendations to?
Well, we presented it we sent it in ahead via email, which, a lot of it got leaked.
Was there a response?
There was a response, and we had a meeting, as I said, and that resulted in us being presented with more time. I'm sure everybody's seen the stories everywhere, all over the news, in the papers, but I also want to say that this is not a fight against the government. We don't want the government to think that we are fighting them, right? We are simply fighting for the autonomy of Junkanoo and the Junkanoo people. The leaders, the participants, those that have been there for many years, that have taken this parade from A to X, and X being a world-class top festival, arguably the best festival in the world.
But that's what the government has said that they're trying to do. They want to monetize it. They want to turn it into, I guess, week-long, month-long festival.
All of a sudden, why couldn't this have been done before? Why can't it be done now? Why can't it be done in the future? Why can't all of this happen through the JCNP?
Do you think that they're rushing it ahead of the election? Do you think that there's a reason?
I can't speak to the reasoning that they're doing it. We've had our beliefs as to why this is happening, and we feel as though it stems from the riff of one of our organizations.
Okay.
And that's
that's where it started?
Yeah, we think that's where it started, right? Because a lot of it boils down to our rules and regulations for the Boxing Day and New Year's Day Parade. And I want the people to know, we have nothing to do with the Family Island parades.
Right.
Absolutely nothing.
JCNP.
That falls on the NJC.
Okay.
Right? The JCNP is responsible for the Boxing Day and New Year's Day Parade here in New Providence. We govern and manage that.
Well, some would argue that it's more than just the parade, because if you're able to say now, ain't nobody rushing until we figure out what's going on. And one of the, I guess, repercussions of that, or the follow-up for that, was, Emancipation Day, Fox Hill Day, nobody rushed. So you can argue that it's more than just Boxing Day and New Year's parade.
Well, we took a stance, right? And we took that stance because we wanted to review, we wanted to know exactly what was happening with this bill.
Okay.
Again, you're presented with a 30-page bill, an authority that essentially takes over all actions of Junkanoo and Junkanoo parades. I want persons to understand that there's a difference between Junkanoo and Junkanoo parade.
Okay, you're going to have to explain that to the average person.
So Junkanoo, anyone can do Junkanoo. We could have Junkanoo in here right now. You go Junkanoo, you have Junkanoo at your wedding, you have Junkanoo at an event, a birthday, whatever it is. A Junkanoo parade is what Boxing Day is and what New Year's Day is, or the parades in Grand Bahama, parades in the Family Islands, right? We control the Junkanoo parade, right?
The rules and regulations that govern the parade.
Right, we govern that and our participation. No one forces us to go there. no one pays us to be out there. We are voluntary. We do this for the love. And if we decide that we don't want to participate in something, we don't have to. We're not forced. We're not employees. We're not, you know what I mean? We're doing this for love. We're doing this for culture.
But some might argue if you're doing it for love and you're doing it for culture, why stop the parades from happening? Why stop showcasing that culture and the love of that culture for the average, for us to see?
Now, understand, we never said that we're going to stop the Boxing Day and New Year's Day parades.
Okay.
We're preparing for those,
Okay.
right? Even though we're at a stance right now, on a pause, we're preparing for those parades. We're not going to do that. I think we love it too much, right? To a fault.
I think a lot of money has been spent too up to this point.
A lot of our money has been spent. Yes.
Personal money. We're going to get to that too, but
yes.
yeah.
A lot of money has been spent, but we love it, but we are not going to allow persons or an authority to take over and eliminate us. We've been doing this for 20 plus years. We have been governing these parades for 20 plus years. We've been organizing the parades. We've been dealing with registering the groups, ensuring everybody has their costume numbers, ensuring breakfast is there, ensuring the roads. We've been doing a lot. Government does provide the bleachers, the sale. We sell the tickets. The sales from the tickets go towards the prize money for the groups.
Okay.
Nothing necessarily comes back to the JCNP.
The fun, the love of it.
You know, exactly.
I guess.
So we're paying the trainers who train the judges, who are also paid by us. The judges are paid. The parade management team is paid by us. All of these things are done by the JCNP.
So what would you say to those who said, okay, well, then this bill could eliminate you having to do all of that work, and you could just focus now on the love of the parade without having to deal with all the mechanics behind it?
So if we do that, and which the bill says that it would do, it would have the rules committee, the parade management team, all of these things what we already do. So if we're doing this for free and for love, and the authority is established and they're doing it to be paid, then at that point we are only mere performers. So we deserve to be paid as well.
Might as well. If they're going to pay them,
If they're going to pay them, you might as well pay us.
I agree. They're playing the music, so we're going to take a break, but we still have a lot more of this conversation. Stay tuned. We'll be back right after this.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Call now to get more of the care you need.
Hey guys, the IL Cares Foundation invites you to our Back to School giveaway on August 23rd at the University of the Bahamas, Poinciana Drive entrance. Join us for a day of free school supplies, food, and fun as we help prepare students for a successful school year. We are also going to be on the Family Islands on August 23rd from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. All are welcome, so come on down and support the community with IL Cares.
enjoy watching Beyond the Headlines, take advantage of our exclusive offers with 4 15-minute interview segments at $1,200 and 20 30-second TV ads at $2,000. Contact 557-0258 or 557-0259 for more information. Go beyond with Beyond the Headlines.
This segment is brought to you by EV Motors Fleet Sales Division. For 2026 commercial vehicles, call 821-2403 today.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, I'm speaking with John Williams, who's the Public Relations Manager for the JCMP. And if you, like I said, if you're just joining us, I think we left off talking about the...
Junkanoo.
Well, I mean, yeah, Junkanoo, but the consultation process, or I
Yes.
guess the lack of consultation
Yes.
that the JCMP feels like the government did or did not do. So I don't know if you're able to say, but I'm going to ask anyway. What was some of the recommendations that the JCMP made to the government?
Again, our focus is simply inclusion,
Okay.
right? So we would like to be a part of the bill. We want to be included. We want to be, number one, consulted, as we were not, and we're now being consulted, but we want to be a part of it. You can't eliminate us, and that's what we feel is happening or would happen. As I said, from page 1 in the definitions, we're defined in the past tense. Every committee that's on there, Rules Committee, Parade Management Committee, Sponsorship, Ticketing, all of that are committees that we have. It's almost like the bill mirrors what we do here in New Providence. So again,
without you guys,
without us. So, and then some of the language in the bill states that the persons on those committees will be responsible for rules and developing the parades and which parades. So, I mean, what is our job now?
So you feel as though with the elimination would mean that the government would then have, or the ministry, the governing body, whatever
Yes.
it is, would then have more of control
Of course.
of the parade and the rules of the parade.
Over absolutely everything. That would make us null and void. We wouldn't. I don't know what we would be at that point. You know, because if we develop rules every year, right? We go through them every year to see what went well, what may need to change, what we want to adjust. We ratify them and we go with those, right? We vote. And we agree. Everything is done by vote, for the record. There's no one man making any decisions, right? We have a full democracy in the JCNP. If we ratify those rules and the authority comes into play and they have rules, whose rules are the Junkanooists to follow?
Well, you already said they already had y'all in past tense, so that means that they ain't gonna be y'all at all, right?
At all. So we wouldn't serve a purpose, really.
So currently, for those who don't know, who is the JCMP made up of, the body of people?
So the JCMP is made up of Junkanooers, right? Every group, every division, A, B, D, and even fun. Groups register with us to be members. They pay a fee, depending on what have transpired previous years and previous parades. Actually, they would have full rights or maybe be considered observer status, right? That's a little deep into
I know. I
JCMP
think we found out about all of that during this whole valley, non-valley, name, no name.
Right.
You could rush, you can't rush, you could rush, but you can't put. I never knew that it was so much, like it was so complicated with Junkanoo.
It's a lot, but it's made up of the people, right? The Junkanooers make up the JCMP. There's no government, no private. It's persons who are either 100% active and rushing on the parade or have been. So our chairman is Dion Miller. He's a Saxon. I'm PR. I'm world famous Valley Boys. Deputy chairman is Nathan Taylor. He's Genesis. So we're mixed. There's no one group dominating. And as I said, everything is a democracy. So if we want to decide that for Boxing Day, everybody must wear blue for the first lap, we vote on it. And if I don't want it, I vote against it. But if there are more persons that vote for it, I have to suffer that. That's what we go with. That's just how a democracy is.
And the belief is that it wouldn't be a democracy anymore. Now that the government will have a hand in it, it'll be whatever they say goes for those parades.
For the authority. Because essentially, what the ministry is doing is removing itself from Junkanoo and empowering the authority to make the decisions for Junkanoo and Junkanoo parades.
The authority will be paid to do exactly what y'all do now.
Correct.
So why not
in New Providence? Now, again, as I said, we have no carriage over the Family Islands.
Right.
That is the NJC. Now, the Family Islands have not been happy or need more or whatever, then that is something that they must deal with the NJC. The JCNP is responsible for New Providence, Boxing Day, and New Year's.
See, now I'm the average Bahamian person. I love to sit, I love to watch Junkanoo, I love the music, I love to dance. Of course, I have my own group that I love and I support.
Which group is that?
Sorry, it ain't you.
Wow.
But, you know, I'm like the average person, right? And so, you know, I don't like to really get into Junkanoo conversations because I feel like they start off so nice and friendly, and then there's always, well, you don't know anything because you don't be in the shack. Or you don't know because you don't know how much money we put into it and the blood, sweat, and tears, which I completely understand. But kind of just explain to like the me why the JCMP, not just the JCMP, why Junkanooers are so passionate about something that they essentially are not getting paid for and are pumping money into.
It's almost like a sport, right? Culture. Culture is a serious thing, right? Culture is inside you. It's embedded in you, and then you mix the culture with love. Like those are two strong things in life and in society. And Junkanoo encompasses all of that. I'm not even going to speak about the competitive part of it.
No, the competitive part is...
I'm not even going to speak about that because that is a given. That is what drives us. I mean, we have 2 competitive parades, Boxing Day and New Year's. And I guarantee you, every time anyone lines up to perform, it is a competition.
Of course it is.
Labor Day, there's a competition unofficially. Independence Day, Fox Hill Day, whatever it is, it's always a competition.
And that's good, though. It drives you to be better.
It drives us to be better. Now, the passion is something that's serious because you're in the shack for months at a time. You're sacrificing family time, work time, regular life. Your relationship suffers. Your car might suffer. Your house, your bills may suffer.
If you have that money, it's going to your costume.
Yes.
BPL gotta wait.
There are so many people that are sacrificing so many things for the love of Junkanoo to help their group win. I mean, the majority of persons are doing these things and they're not even eligible for individual prizes. All of this is for group. And that is passion, that is love, that is dedication. And we've been doing it for years upon years upon years. People call us crazy.
I had a coworker, I didn't know how serious it was until I started working with him. And it was like, I don't take vacation. My vacation, my 3 weeks is dedicated to time in the shack.
Yes.
My wife don't see me. My kids don't see me.
Yes.
And that's when I was like, this is a big sacrifice that people make every year.
And even outside of the parades, the JCNP, once the parade is over, our break is short. We're right back at meetings, deciding rules, going over what went well, what went bad, dealing with the registration process for groups again, new groups who want to come. I mean,
ongoing.
There's a meeting Monday, there's a meeting Tuesday, there's general meeting Wednesday. If there's a pop-up, there may be a meeting Friday. Dion is calling us on Saturday. It is non-stop. And it is for the love and for the passion. And because we are Junkanoo. You're it, I'm it, they're it. It is us. And that's why we feel as though we should control it.
What's the average amount that individually and groups spend to participate in those 2 parades? Let's just say the 2, not even the other ones during the year, just those 2.
A dancer, a small dancer, can spend anywhere from about $1,500 to about $3,000.
Per parade or for both parades?
Per costume, all right? An off-the-shoulder may spend between $25,000 and about $5,000. I have step-down persons that are spending between $5,000 and maybe about $12,000. And these are the individuals, right? Now, you have all your drummers, you have your choreographed sections. They're spending thousands of dollars as well. That's not your lead costume, which can be $30,000 to $50,000 maybe. So Groups are spending between $250,000 to $500,000 per parade, right, to get to Bay Street. And this is why we feel so passionate, right? Because when a drizzle happens or there's a threat, 35%, 25% chance of rain.
Cancel.
We gotta. Because people believe as though, we shouldn't cancel, it didn't rain, but we have to get to Bay Street. Getting to Bay Street is an 8 to 12 hour process. It's an 8 to 12 hour process. I gotta load up, I gotta drive slow, I gotta reach, I gotta offload, I gotta set up, I gotta protect, I have to do all of that. It's a very long process. I think we really need a behind the scenes kind of look.
So people can understand. I don't think people really who are not involved in it don't really understand what it takes to do that.
Yes.
And I guess that's why you guys are so passionate. It's your baby. It's like, that's my baby.
Exactly.
And now y'all trying to steal my baby.
And 20 years ago, they offered it to the to us to establish a JCMP because they want to eliminate themselves from this because it was causing an issue, right, with results and interference and stuff like that. So they saw it fit that we would run our own parades, which we have been doing for 21 years this year.
And now changes.
And now you want to change without involving us.
Are you opposed to the festival idea? I think that was one that people were saying they actually could really get into.
We're not opposed to it. No, of course not. We are for anything that will empower Junkanoo, empower ourselves, empower the culture, empower the country. We just want to be involved.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been taking, it's like let's think about it like this, right? If you take a relationship, we're dating, and you decide that you want to date someone else, you want to break up with me, but you don't tell me. You tell Tom, you tell Mary, you tell Kate, so you tell the Ministry of Tourism, you tell Environmental Health, you tell the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, you tell everybody, but you don't tell me. And you're in a relationship with me.
But they're telling a different story. They're saying that we want to, that's why we had the public consultation. That's why
we're 2 years later.
Okay. You should have been there from the
members
beginning.
of the NJC said on a different show that they've been at this for about 2 years. Now, mind you, the idea of a commission or authority has been around from the 90s, right? It's always been around on the table and stuff like that. But they've been actively kind of pushing it for the last 2 years. At no point was the JCMP involved. And the JCMP governs the premier Junkanoo event. We are the big ticket.
Reading some of the comments during the break, it seemed as though...
Oh, boy.
No, it's not terrible. It's not terrible, I promise. It seems as though there are a lot of people that are opposed to it. Basically, a lot of the comments that I'm reading is the government handling aspect. They don't want the government to have their hand in anything because they feel like anything the government touches is going to turn into dust, or it's going to become political, or decisions won't be, like you said, the group now is made up of members of each of the Junkanoo groups.
Yes.
Is that a fair? Like, it's just... Even if you guys are involved, even if they say it, the fact that there's also going to be other people involved that won't be Junkanooers, is that a fear that it will turn into something political?
So here's the thing. The JCMP is not interested in the Family Islands.
Okay.
We're not interested in all of the other aspects of the bill, right? Go ahead. Allow us to run our parades as we have been doing. Whatever funding you were going to give that committee for New Providence, whatever funding you were going to give executive for New Providence, work it through the JCMP. We've been doing it for 21 years.
Does the government fund it now?
The government doesn't fund the JCMP directly. Okay. As I said, the government pays for the bleachers. Again, those tickets, we sell the ticket sales go towards prize money.
So the prize money doesn't come from government?
It comes from the ticket sales.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
So the government also takes care of security, which is the police.
Okay.
They organize cleanup of the parade as well. So they handle those things. We handle everything else.
Do you think more money could be pumped into it?
Obviously.
Definitely. Is there a price that the JCMP thinks could, alleviate some of the financial pressures that we just talked about.
Of course. There's a price for everything.
What's
As
the
a matter
price?
of fact, a part of our recommendation back to the ministry, we gave them a figure that
You gonna
I
tell me?
believe. No, I'm
No,
not going to tell
you're
you the
gonna tell
figure.
me the
I'm sure
figure.
persons know though, but we gave them a figure, and that was broken down. That was broken down per group,
Okay.
every division. So we just want to be treated fairly. We want to be a part of the process because Junkanoo is all of us. And it's bad that this would happen without us. Now, I think they're trying to correct that, most definitely.
And you're going to give them an opportunity to?
Of course. I almost...
I heard it. I think we all heard it. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this and we'll wrap up our Junkanoo conversation.
After I was in a plane crash in June 1983, I lost my left arm. I had some good friends came along, fishing guides. They said, man, we can teach you to fly fish. Exumo. Can you see? Look at it, man. One of the nicest places you want to be in the world. There were challenges learning to cast, learning to put a fly on a leader, learning to tie the different knots for me as a handicapped individual. As a matter of fact, I don't really feel handicapped because I could do everything, man. Anything anybody could do, I think I could do it too. Because with your mindset to do anything, no matter what you are, what you look like, what's happening to you, you can do it. Persons in our positions, it's hard to get fundings and very, very expensive. SBDC would be helpful in regards to help funding people with disabilities. So nothing is impossible if you're disabled, any kind of disability. Put faith in God and trust God, believe you will overcome.
Edenwell has expanded their testing menu. We now offer blood work, drug screening, and so much more. Our hours of operation are Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., located on 11 Madera Street. We are here for all of your laboratory needs, with fast and reliable lab work done by our friendly and knowledgeable staff. Let us help you take the needed steps to stay in the know about your health. Let's keep working towards a healthier you. Stay Edenwell.
Tired of driving around from place to place just to get your car insured and licensed? Frustrated with the process of being back and forth from your insurance company to road traffic? Well, BMG Insurance Agents and Brokers just made insuring and licensing your motor vehicle as easy as 1, 2, 3. Step 1. Visit us at the Road Traffic Department, Section 1, Thomas A. Robinson Sports Stadium. At our office, you can purchase or renew your insurance or get your vehicle inspected. We at BMG Insurance Agents and Brokers represent major carriers. Step 2. See the professionals at Road Traffic to get your vehicle licensed. Step 3. Enjoy your day. Insure with BMG Insurance Agents and Brokers today, saving you time and money. Your one-stop shop for all of your insurance needs. Great rates, convenient, excellent service. For more information, call us at 322-2221.
So you want a space. But not just any space. You need something with a little more potential. So how about 1,000 square feet of room to play with? Superb audio and video production capability, digital LED wall, full lighting grid, and about 124 seats to accommodate a full studio audience with so many other features. Make us your home for your next concert, conference, and so much more. Honestly, the possibilities are endless. Here at ILTV Studios, we'd love to bring your next event to life. So what do you say? Do you want our space?
If you enjoy watching Beyond the Headlines, take advantage of our exclusive offers with 4 15-minute interview segments at $1,200 and 20 30-second TV ads at $2,000. Contact 557-0258 or 557-0259 for more information. Go beyond with Beyond the Headlines.
This segment is brought to you by EV Motors Fleet Sales Division. For 2026 commercial vehicles, call 821-2403 today.
That's a different argument if you're just joining us. We are talking everything Junkanoo. And of course, we're talking with John Williams, who is the public relations manager for the JCMP. Where did we leave off? Because we continued the conversation during the break. I think we gotta roll back. But I do gotta, I wouldn't be me if I didn't go back and be like, you didn't really answer my question though. How much does it really cost? Just for the average person, we just want to know in total when these groups are preparing to go and rush for those two parades, how much do you think it costs? How much is spent?
So let me preface my statement with saying that we have, for the last 21 years, had a very wonderful relationship with the government. Okay. I need to make sure that I say that because, again, I don't want persons to feel like we are attacking the government, we are against them in any way.
I didn't get that.
I just want to make sure, we have a wonderful relationship with them. We've had a gentleman's agreement for all this time, and we're working on some more concrete agreements, but it's been okay, right? Now, with that said, the government invests about $1.2 million into the parade, right?
That's with giving
money,
or that's with the security and the
security,
bleachers? Okay.
the bleachers.
That's not actual money.
Seed funding.
Right. So there is some money.
Those kinds of things, right?
Okay, 1.2.
Let me give you an idea of what the parade would cost, right?
Okay.
And it can vary based on the groups. It could maybe go down or maybe even go up. Mm-hmm. The figure is about $45 million.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
In the total 20 years?
4-5 million per annum. Per annum. I remember now. I just explained to you that an A group can average for one parade maybe about 500,000, possibly more, because those estimates were based off one lead costume, one this, one that.
Boy.
Junkanoo is expensive.
I see why you're mad.
Many years ago, man, I can't remember the name, but there was a study done on Junkanoo, and the figure was developed with regards to the cost of it for a parade, and I think it was around maybe about 15 to 20 million around there, right?
Okay.
That was about 15, 20 years ago.
And of course, we know the cost of living.
Everything's
already gone up. Yeah,
drastically increased. And so that has been broken down, and that was even presented to the ministry, And
y'all doing this for love. This just
it's
y'all just
for
spending
love.
this money for love.
But we know our value.
Wow.
We know our value, and I also want to say publicly that even when we're doing these shows for weddings and hotels and stuff like that, I don't even think that is enough. That per man price that persons pay for the greatest show on earth should be increased. That's $75, $80, $100 a man should be increased. We're spending, for Boxing Day and New Year's Day parade, we're spending thousands of dollars. And the highest ticket to watch us is $45.
And we buy them tickets out like that.
And they sell out.
I'm just saying they sell out.
Yeah. So.
But do you think the public will be upset though if you raise the tickets for Junkanoo?
I don't think so, because the public is never upset buying tickets for a reggae concert or a rap concert or some theme party or anything, a carnival party or anything like that. This is your culture. Mm-hmm. We make our culture. You're only investing in yourselves. So if we're going to spend $250 for a backstage ticket or $150 for VIP access to stand in front of a stage to listen to someone sing the songs you already know, you can invest more to watch your culture.
Yeah.
Something that you love and scream. You know how long Junkanoo is? We are out there from the day before to the next day. Like you're sitting out there for hours.
Mm-hmm. But it's worth it though. When you see your favorite group and you hear the music and you see the costume and you see the dancers, like it, you get bored in between the little breaks and stuff, and you just be like, Jesus, why out here again?
And we're working on that as well.
Then when you hear the music, you're like, oh. I remember why. Like all the time, the wait, everything kind of like goes away when you see.
And isn't it amazing to see?
The Saxons.
Isn't it amazing?
I had to put that in there. Mm-hmm.
Isn't it amazing to see a flat sheet of cardboard turn into a bird?
The things that y'all, we ain't talking about the bird, but the things that y'all do.
You see what I did there?
I see what you tried to do. But the things that y'all do with paper is amazing.
And you know what Junkanoo does? Junkanoo levels the societal playing field. So in regular society, you have the hierarchy. You have the doctors, the lawyers, the judges, and then you have lower society. Junkanoo depends a lot of times on that lower society.
Yeah.
The
creatives.
The creatives.
Yeah, and I'm not creative.
The
I'm so sorry. I wish I was.
Someone that you may walk past and not even look at or wonder like why you just don't go. That person is probably one of the most skilled persons in this country. They're turning paper and cardboard
into magic,
into figures.
Things that make you feel good.
Yeah, and it's amazing.
It really is. And every year you see it, it gets more and more amazing. So, I mean, I guess I can understand why, you know, you feel so slighted not to be included in a process and something that that's engraved in your DNA.
And I want persons to understand that there is no organization, no government, no JCNP, no NJC that can repay the sacrifices that the participants put in. The sacrifice of time and money and losses. No organization can replace that. And that is the sacrifice of participation.
So that means we back on, we ain't suspended no more. Junkanoo is happening. We're going to have a time. We're going to have a dandy New Year's.
I would say that Boxing Day and New Year's Day are happening. I don't want you to think that those 4-time... I can't believe I said it.
You know, I just want to make sure we're going to have a dandy.
I don't want you to think...
make sure I can, you know.
I don't want you to think that the 4-time champions are not working. The world famous Valley Boys are working. The Warriors are working.
Okay, you doing a lot now. We was getting along so well. See, this is why I didn't want to tell you. This is why I didn't want to tell you, because I feel like you was gonna try and, you know, throw some jobs. But
they're working.
In all seriousness,
they're working.
People working.
They're
okay,
working.
so we can look forward to that.
We're working. We are together. Yeah. I know the consensus sometimes and the misconceptions of Junkanooers is that we are not together. All we want to do is row and and who cheat and the numbers don't add up and we are together. We are together on everything that we're doing. Of course, like every organization, it's not going to be 100%.
You know what it's like when your parents say y'all fight in this house, but when you come out here, y'all got to be together.
Yeah.
So y'all could fight all y'all want with each other, but there's always one issue that gonna unify you, and it seems like y'all unified on this.
We are definitely unified, and again, as I said, everything is a democracy.
Yeah.
Our last vote was 17-1, and that person abstained simply because their chairman was not present. So we are together, and together, anything that's together is a force.
And so the consultation, I think you said it was supposed to be on the 30th. Is that still on?
There's supposed to be a meeting on the 30th, yes. With the ministry. I'm not sure who else will be in attendance, and we're definitely open to that. We were given more time to prepare. We are definitely using that time to prepare, because we know that once we go with our recommendations, once we have this conversation, we want it to be insightful, we want it to be meaningful, and we want it to represent what it is that the JCMP wants. And it's not what the board of the JCMP wants. It's not what the executive wants, you know. It's what the member groups want. So we sit down, we literally read the bill, we went through the bill, we sent the bill out, we're going through it, we're asking them to give their recommendations back, we're going to sit down with the whole body, and we're going to go line for line. What do you want? What do we want to see? What may need to change?
You just don't want it rushed. It's something that needs to take time. And there's a lot of Junkanooers, and you want to be able to explain to everyone what is going on and what's going to happen. Yes. All right. Anything you want to add before I let you go? Anything this upcoming parades, then, since they're back on, that you could, you know, tell me?
Well, the parades were never off.
Okay.
We were just on a pause. All right. We were just on a pause. So practices and all that should resume soon. And as I said, Boxing Day in the US will be as planned, right? But I'd be remiss if I don't thank all of our sponsors, Click, Alive, Bahamas Striping.
Okay.
Without them, a lot of things would not happen. So it's important to know that we thank our sponsors, right? And of course, my PR team, Special K and Taj. And I gotta send a shout out. You did yours.
Yeah, do your shout out, Chad.
I gotta shout out the world famous Valley Boys.
Of course.
The world famous Valley Boys.
I didn't do a shout out. I just, you know.
Yay.
All right.
I know they like that one. But I must shout out the executives of the JCMP and all our member groups for being strong and showing that Junkanoo is more than just us arguing over who has won.
It's fun.
We want it to be fun.
I think we want to get back to it being fun.
Yeah, that's what we want to get back to.
You know, I remember like Junkanoo goes back like when you were kids, and we all used to dress alike in our sweats and go out to Junkanoo. But it's hot now; you can't even put on sweats no more to go to Junkanoo.
You may pass out.
Yeah, like it's hot now.
You may pass
but anyway, anything else you'd like to say? Anything you want the government to know? Anything you want Junkanooers to know? You know, I'm going to give you the last word.
We want the government to know that we are not against them, despite any hearsay that they may hear. We want to continue our relationship. It's only a matter of having the conversation, being included and being a part of the drafting process and the decision making. We've been doing it for 21 years. We want the government to trust us. Trust us.
You just want to be a part of it.
Or ask us, hey guys, do you think you should do this? We want to implement this. What do you guys think about that? We need you to be a part. We've been doing it for 21 years. Has it been 100% successful? No. But no organization is 100% successful. No organization, when voting, is 100%. I mean, there's always an opposition, right? We want Junkanooers to know that Junkanoo is going to be Junkanoo. Junkanoo is us. It's me, it's you, it's everyone. It's going to happen. It's going to be bigger and better. And we're doing all of this for everyone. It's not for the JCMP. It's for every member, every leader, every participant, every choreographed girl, brass member, dancer.
And all the Sannies out there.
And the Sannies. and of course, the fans.
Yeah,
we want to make the parade better for you.
All right. Well, thanks so much for joining us and clearing everything up. You know, it was an enlightening conversation. I learned a lot of stuff that I obviously did not know. But
great.
It's time for us to get on out of here. I was gonna be petty.
Don't be petty. Follow us on Facebook. My JCMP. All right, follow us on Facebook.
I just wanted to shout out to the Saxons before I go. I just had to do it. But that does it for our show. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm Francesca Brown. You guys have a good night.
Thank you.